You too. David Moore, Dallas Morning News. Understanding you only look one game at a time, but this ends a stretch of 3 games in 12 days. Can you talk about how you responded after losing that first game today and just how you come back and finish this off here?
Well, I mean, obviously 3 different opportunities. The first one, losing in overtime, and then, probably playing our best game of the year last week or 4 days ago. And just really, getting ready for this game was a challenge. And I'm obviously New York was, just, from what it sounds like, obviously a number of guys that left home, but we had a half a dozen or so guys that were fighting through an illness, and and it's important for us to get healthy over the weekend and really all the way up till Wednesday. So so we'll look at some Zoom calls and things like that for next week, because it's it's a flu and cold season, and we were hit pretty good the last couple of days. So just obviously proud of the team for getting it done today. Division game, a lot of back and forth. And I know we're going to get into it, but to win a game when you have 2-1 penalties of your opponent, that's obviously not where you want to be. But I think it speaks to our ability or our capability as a team. So the penalties, particularly you had the holdings, both on both sides of the ball, and you just go back through it. I thought the halftime was good as far as the adjustments. I liked the way we came out of halftime, but it's the self-inflicted wounds we need to minimize, and you obviously want to eliminate them, but we first thing is we got to do is cut it in half. I mean, we played the Giants twice, and I think we had 11 penalties the first game, 13 today. I mean, that's just so we'll take a hard look at it as a staff, but excellent division win, game we had to have, and I love the fight of the team, and really tried to break their method. And one of the things I'm talking about is controlling the ball was a big focus for us today, and I thought Kellen did a really good job staying patient. I thought Dan stayed aggressive, so a lot of good things, but just the self-inflicted wounds we gotta improve and learn from today's mistakes.
Tim Kalistrow, Dallas Morning News. Happy Thanksgiving also.
Thank you.
Did you put 4 tight ends on the goal line just so they could play whack-a-mole in the after the touchdown? Is that by design? And more seriously, you have a lot of success with 3 tight end sets, and nobody else really does that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I love the multiple tight end sets because it gives you the ability to play 2 back, 1 back, or no backs, offense, and that's really how I look at offense. And just the wrinkles that we're able to do off of that too. Obviously the jet sweep to Henny there was a good play, especially after they packed it in on us on the early 4th down on the 93 ISO. So it gives you flexibility. If you go back to earlier in the season, we were playing with 21 players on offense, and we only had 3 tight ends up. So really getting Sean McKeon up every week has been huge for us because we can alternate those guys. And as you know, the body type for special teams, that's what you're looking for. You can't have enough 6'4", 250-pound men on your football team because it creates favorable matchups in special teams too. So I'm a big fan of the tight end position because frankly, next to the quarterback, it's the most demanding position as far as job responsibility. If is their involvement in the run, the protection, and the pass. So it's been very useful for us this past month.
One more tight end question. Did you have a good view of Ferguson jumping over the safety? And
I was just teasing him in the locker room because I had a great view of it. And I said the only reason why I didn't try to jump over the first guy, he was so damn tired, or the second guy was so damn tired from jumping over the first guy. So, but no, it's, you get away with that once or twice, but so he needs to drop his pads more. So.
Mike, you mentioned in your opening answer just about the halftime adjustments. You had a little extra time because of the halftime show today. Can you talk about some of the adjustments, and some of it was it guys fighting through the illness and that little extra time helped at all? Or
yeah, I thought the rotation was really good. I mean, and I can go back to what I just said in the earlier comment was the ability to we knew they were going through challenges too with their with their numbers and their players coming into it. So time of possession was a real focal point, and they've been very, very good in that area. I mean, you look at their production throughout the season. They've done an excellent job of holding the ball and controlling the clock and and winning tight games in the fourth quarter. So we're comfortable, slugging it out to the fourth quarter, and you have to be if you're going to play that kind of game. But we just felt time of possession was key, was going to be a key characteristic to this victory today.
Edwin Henderson, Gilmer Mayor, and Coach, first off, happy Thanksgiving and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Your thoughts on Dalton Schultz's performance today as well as C.D. Lamb's? Fantastic job by both those guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously with the attention we're getting in the run game, we knew we were going to have some opportunities to have one-on-ones, and CD made some huge plays, down the field, people all over him. So I just think it shows his athletic play. I thought it was a tremendous effort on the no catch that we challenged for a possible touchdown, because I didn't have a clean view of it just based off the information. So I really wasn't sure if he did get the heel down or not, but I did know that he had the front part of his foot in based on what we saw up top. So and Dalton is just and he's just such a steady, consistent. You can see the connection between him and Dak. So both those guys had nice games today.
Anybody else? David?
Mike, how did you have to, with so many guys, especially in the defensive line, how big of an alteration did you have with your rotation and what you were doing on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, we're just trying to roll those guys and keep them fresh. Because we've had a couple decisions that we went up to the 90. So until every player arrived here, and they did a great job of getting here a little extra early today. So just to make sure the medical staff and they had a chance for potential IVs and all those things. So, but yeah, the rotation. Going back to the time of possession, with the offense, controlling the ball in the run game, I think it definitely really helped us in our rotation, particularly on the defensive line.
Dak in the second half too, like I said.
All right, Dak has been on quite the streak when it comes to facing off with this Giants team, and the Giants have been down in the dumps, so anything past 10, and this win specifically, will be even more impressive if Dak can keep this streak of 10 consecutive against the Giants going, as the Giants do appear to have turned the corner, but couldn't find the W here on Thanksgiving against Dak and Dallas. The Cowboys on a holiday pull up a chair. NFC East showdown on Turkey Day, New York. Losers in 10 of their last 11 tries against Dallas. Cowboys, meantime, trying to make a statement after that 37-point blowout win over the Vikings. This one had some tryptophan in it early, but early second quarter, Daniel Jones up top. Darius Slayton waking you from your Thanksgiving slumber. Sets up first and goal at the 1. Sterling Shepard loves it with the earpiece in. We'd love to see him with some shoulder pads on. I digress. 2 plays later, Saquon's in. 10-7 Giants up. It's the Giants' first offensive touchdown on Thanksgiving since 1938. Came against the Brooklyn Dodgers. The more you know. Dallas down 13-7 at the half, but coming alive in the second half. Dak Prescott up to Dalton Schultz, made it 14-13, star in front. Schultz's second touchdown in his last 3 games. Daniel Jones looking to respond, 4th and 1, going, sub 50. Jones had a wide open Saquon Barkley, hit him in a tough spot, but Saquon's got to have it. Turnover on downs and ensuing drive. Dak buying time, and 88's always down there somewhere. Through PI with just one hand, CD. Spectacular. Sets up first and goal. 3 plays later, Prescott rolling out, finds Schultz again. Cowboys in front 21-13. Schultz 3 touchdowns in his last 3 games. Next Cowboys possession. Prescott in play action. More tight end love. This time Jake Ferguson. Ferguson in the open field. Going up. Got him. Ferguson, 30 yards to the Giant 24-yard line. That would set up more points for Big D. Later in the drive, a tight end. Peyton Hendershot takes the handoff, and they're going all whack-a-mole. 3 of Dallas's 4 touchdowns in this game came from tight ends. Shout out to Tight End View. Game is in hand, but money changing hands. 12 seconds left. Daniel Jones to Richie James. And that takes an under and turns it into an over. And the winning side shifting from Dallas back to New York. Cowboys improved to 11-1 their past 12 meetings with the Giants and sweep the season series against their divisional foe for the 5th time in the last 6 seasons. Taking a look at some of the numbers attached to it. Zeke had himself a day, 16 carries for 92 yards and a touchdown. CD, 6 receptions, a $106. a spectacular one-handed grab that did not make the highlight because he was a heel away from doing some Odell-type stuff on Thanksgiving Day. But in the end, it's Dallas improving to 8-3. All right, here's a look at Dak's dominance against the Giants. That one win by the Giants in those last 12 meetings came with Dak injured. So 10-0 is Prescott against the divisional foe. He's cashed 8 tickets in those 10 tries, averaging right around that 300-yard mark through the air, and that'll tell your story right there. 23 total touchdowns to just 5 interceptions, and 2 of them came in the first half of this matchup. Dallas and Dak leading the way on Thanksgiving Day. Let's head back out to Dallas, where Mike McCarthy is addressing the media.
Thanksgiving.